You did not climb up there.
It was a disaster.
There are two major problems with permissive parenting. It is Supernanny Saturday, and I am slowly becoming Joe Frost because I now wear glasses. And soon enough, I will have my hair pulled back and I will be in like my suit outfit with my heels. I'm just kidding. I have to wear glasses because I suffer from migraines. If you are a glasses owner, then you know the issue with glare. So if my video looks different, it's because it is. I don't know what to do with ring lights. Let me know. What are you supposed to do with glasses and videoing? So what we have done is we have opened the shades. We have opened the windows because it is a beautiful Florida day. And I have my kombucha because it's a new year, so you're supposed to make like healthy decisions. So grab your beverage and let's dive in to the Park family.
Stop! Kaya! Kaya! That is not nice. Go over there. Hey, guys! Kaya, get us first.
Little one.
Don't go in the water,
If he's in the water. Where are you going now? You're finished now, are you? Okay.
Thank you.
Take care.
There are two major problems with permissive parenting. Number one, it's unsafe. It is dangerous to let a child lead a home. They don't have the capacity to keep themselves safe and keep the people around them safe. And secondly, it's exhausting. Who wants to chase after a kid all day long? Please don't do this. Please don't do that. You saw the babysitter? She was like, peace out. I'm out of here. I've been here for a few hours and it feels like I've served time in jail.
You did not climb up there. You are gonna fall down and crack your head open.
It was a disaster.
Stop it. That's enough.
I get home from work and they just go crazy. And I'm thinking, oh my God, why did I come home from work?
You have about 3 seconds and you're absolutely not gonna have any video games up there. 1.
It is clear that the permissive parenting is not just the babysitter, it is also the parents. I was not surprised to see this. I'm sure you weren't surprised either. We have children hanging off the railing from a second story. We have kids standing on a kitchen counter, pouring chocolate syrup in their mouth, hitting each other, smacking each other. And mom says, well, I don't know why I came home from work. It's your job to raise these children. And trust me, I have a ton of empathy for parents. I say it all the time on this channel that it is not easy to raise kids, but no one else is going to do it for you. Find some support. Simply going through the motions every day is not only doing a disservice to you and your family, it's doing a disservice to the community because these children go to school, they sit in my classroom and in other classrooms, and we do our best as educators, but we are one with many, many children and we want to be able to give them that individual attention that they need, but it is impossible. Work with us. You can't just toss your kids. Okay, I don't want to be mad at the mom because I know she's working a full-time job and I know the dad is working a full-time job and they called Supernanny. You know what I mean? It's hard to watch. It's hard to watch the lack of responsibility. And it could just be an edited version of this family. It's a TV show. It's a TV show. It's a TV show. I feel like Joe Frost is going to have a lot to say. Is dad going to be like this too? Why am I so worked up today? I don't know.
If Carl does sit down, it's not for long. He got up from his chair, out into the backyard, and through an unlocked gate.
All right, Kyle, say goodbye to every single video game that you have. They're all gone. No. They're all gone. As soon as your dad gets home, I'm telling him.
This is like a masterclass on what not to do. Threats that you're not following through with. I'm gonna take away all your video games. The kid didn't even flinch. Clearly she's used this line before. He knows it's not gonna happen. How far do we need to go? That's like the same parent who goes like, oh, I'm gonna ground you for the rest of your life. Are you really gonna ground the kid for the rest of his life? Like, what are we doing here? And then in addition to that, mom starts saying, just wait till your dad gets home. So who's in charge, mom? Because let's keep going.
later on in the day, the kids jumped back into the pool again, didn't ask permission again, and Mum couldn't do anything to stop it.
Get out. It's freezing. It's freezing.
And 6 who are not prepared to listen to their own parents. And if they can't get a grip on this now, they're going to be in huge trouble. Huge trouble.
I can almost guarantee that this parent is the same type of parent that when they were at the park with their 18-month-old, 2-year-old, 3-year-old, that age, when they say, it's time to go, the child runs away, runs into a tube, and then the parent chases the child, grabs the child, the kid's kicking and screaming, and then they put them in the car seat in the car. The reason why I have come to this conclusion is because she is still physically using her body to move her children to do things. Now, I'm not saying that there aren't times when you have to physically move your child. Maybe it's a dangerous situation. Maybe you're in a rush. It happens. It happens to me. It happens to everyone. But it's not what you do those few times. It's what you do the majority of the time, just like health and fitness and all of that stuff. And then on top of that, this parent is dealing with a child, which I didn't show you guys, who has ADHD, which means that his brain, even though he's 6 years old, his impulse control, his ability to handle his emotions and navigate his environment is probably closer to a 4-year-old. How long are you going to be using your physical body to get your child to listen? So I'll give you a little tip, a little thing that you can use. Let's say you're at the park and your child is struggling to come to you because they're like every other child in the whole world. They don't want to leave the park. It's fun. What you're going to do is the next time you go to the park, you're going to look at your child and say, we're going to play a game today. Yes, I'm going to hide somewhere in the park and I'm going to call out your name and I want you to come running to me because you're at the park, you can run. And then when you get to me, we're going to go down the slide together, or I'm gonna spin you around, or whatever a kid likes to do. And continue to practice that, or notice it. You came to me right when I called your name. What? I hardly even finished saying your name and you were already coming to me. I was saying, I didn't even say the rest of your name. I didn't even get to the next letter. And you were here. And they're like, wow, you're noticing me.
Everybody's choosing to react to Carl, who becomes impulsive, who behaves destructively.
That's absolutely right. And unfortunately for him, that's how the school reacts, that's how outside friends react, that's how outside family reacts. So,
and his own parents, Heather.
You're right.
Your kid don't stand a chance when his own mum and dad doesn't give him a chance. Your own son, Heather.
It's very easy for people on the outside to judge this set of parents and go, well, my kid would never, like all you have to do is X, Y, or Z. And I would just caution all of us to take a step back and understand that this child is neurodivergent. So the things that may work for your child and my children who are neurotypical may not work for children who are not. And I, as an educator, I specialize in working with these children. And I can tell you firsthand that the techniques that are used with just typical children do not always work with children who have some type of neurodivergence. They need more intervention. So I guess what I'm trying to say here is that the empathy is there for mom and dad. I know you don't have a typical child where you just say something, I'm gonna take away your video games, okay, mom, and they get up. But there's a responsibility there because it is your child. Just like if you have a child with food allergies, I'll use that as an example because I have children with food allergies. me just going, well, you know what, eat whatever you eat and we'll just deal with it as we deal with it. That's not an answer. I have to implement things in my home that are different than what might be in your home for the safety and well-being of my children. And I appreciate Joe Frost's ability to give this tough love to mom and dad, because although you don't get to decide what type of child you have, you get to decide what you are going to do with it. So let's get to the good stuff. Let's get to the part where we implement some techniques.
Let's place this up here and open the black iron gates of the park.
Step 1, expectations.
Children who do have ADHD need a lot of consistent motivation, so a reward system in place really does help.
Now, this is what happens. When you do it, and you do it very well, you get the chance to open it up and fill it up with water to this ridge. Into the tube. That ball at the bottom will start to float and rise right the way to the top.
I just want to caution people who watch this to be careful with reward systems. It's a beautiful reward system. She's got colors. I love how the ball goes up. But if the reward system is based on behaviors that Kyle does not know how to achieve, he is going to end up knocking over this reward system, throwing it around and being angry. It's like me saying to you, I'll give you $1 million if you speak Mandarin to me, and you have never spoken Mandarin in your life. It doesn't matter how much I give you as a reward, you don't have the skill. So if you're implementing rewards in your home, make sure that whatever you're asking them to do, the expectation of behavior, is something that you've taught, and it's something that they can be successful with most of the time. We want him to almost be completing every single one of those boxes every day. Maybe one missed. Think about 80, even 90% accuracy for a child with neurodivergence, because as soon as they fail and they don't achieve the reward, and they're going to lose it, and then you've lost the whole reason for the reward.
Carl was excited about earning his first reward, so he sat down to do some homework whilst I went through some tips. Find a quiet spot.
Okay.
It's a quiet spot. Only present one assignment at a time. Which one are you going to do first? You decide.
Dogs or this one?
No, this one.
Okay.
Yes, 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 yes. Do you see it? What I just said she's doing. She's not just saying do your homework. What does that look like? She has some helpful hints. She's breaking it down into chunks. Yes, and she's practicing it with him so that he could be successful. Yes, love it, love it. Thank you, thank you. Perfect.
We're doing a behavior chart, and that seems to be working. He has to verbalize how he feels that he did, and then I verbalize how I feel he did, and we talk about it, and then he can go ahead and make the decision whether he thinks he deserved a happy face, an okay face, or a sad face.
I'm not a huge fan of behavior charts that end in smiley faces or sad faces. It's pretty common to use. I just think that it leads to this connotation of I'm a good boy, or I'm a bad boy, or I'm a good girl, or I'm a bad girl, instead of it being about the skill that we're practicing. So as long as there's an emphasis on, oh, we've been working on patience, and we've been working on sharing, and today sharing was something that we needed to work more on, and we were successful with patience. Thinking about the skills and what they mean. So if your child is coming home with a behavior chart, try to talk about what the action is, not labeling the child. If you had a good day or a bad day, what were we successful with on the things that we're working on? And what are the things that we need more work on? Let's see the update on the Park family. The Park family. Where are they now, guys? Let's see where they are. So this was filmed in 2008. Michael, the father, is now 56. Mom is 55. Kyle, the oldest, the one with the ADHD, is 23. Farley 21, and Pierce 18, and then the nanny, we didn't know her age. I'm like, well, there was another child? No, there was no other child. Trivia. This is the only time Joe arrives to the house when mom and dad are both at work, because when she arrived, the nanny was there. And Heather and Michael divorced. Let's see if we can find, so these are private. Well, we're not even going to have a lot of information, but that's okay. We respect your privacy. You were on a show. It doesn't mean your whole life. And plus you were a kid when you were on the show. I do like to peek at the comments and see if there's any further information. I rate this episode a meh. A lot of people saying that they also have ADHD, autism. What a lovely episode to watch. I thought there was so much great content to really jump off of on that one. So thank you for the recommendation. If you have a family that you would like me to watch, let me know in the comments and I will add it to the wheel. I hope you all have a lovely week and that you do your best, but your best does not need to be perfect. It is progress over perfection. I'll see you next week. Bye.